Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd like to do today is go through a talk about a book with a very interesting title. The book is entitled 14 Talks by the Age of 14 by an author named Michel Icard, and this book was published on the 23rd of February 2021. And this book is a parenting book specifically aimed at parents of teenagers, but it gives a list of topics that can be discussed over the years leading up to those challenging years to help parents lay the ground rules and help their teenagers grow and develop in the best way possible. So the author here encourages parents to initiate open conversations early and as early as possible. Icard stresses the importance of starting meaningful conversations with kids before they reach high school. By addressing topics early, parents can create an open line of communication, making it easier for children to discuss issues like peer pressure, mental health, and identity as they grow. I remember years ago working at IBM, and there was a fellow that I used to work with in the same team. He was older than me. He had children which were much older than what my children were. And his advice to me was, James, parenting is pretty easy. All you need to do is be 2 or 3 years ahead of your children at any particular point in time and plan how you grow into those years with your kids. And his advice was very, very valuable and on the money, I must admit. The next point that comes from this book here is where the author says to use the brief model for effective communications, the BRIEF model. And Icard introduces the brief model, which is basically breathe, relate, inspire, empower, and follow up. And that's to be used where possible as a framework for discussing difficult topics with teenagers and young adults. This approach helps parents stay calm, build trust, offer guidance, and empower their children, making the conversations much more impactful and supportive and, of course, productive. The author here reminds us about how important it is to balance guidance with independence. You don't want to fall into the trap of over-parenting and over-guiding and over-advising and becoming a helicopter parent with a child who becomes a junkie, just waiting for their parent to tell them what to do next. Whilst it is indeed essential to guide children, Icard emphasises allowing space for growth and independence. Encouraging kids to make their own decisions fosters responsibility and resilience, preparing them for the challenges they'll face in high school and beyond. The author here talks about a very topical subject, It's very topical in Australia at the moment because on Thursday the federal government passed laws to minimise and restrict the social media use for people under the age of 16. Those laws will come into effect in a couple of years, I think, but it is a bold statement. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think it's more important to teach people, children and teenagers, how to leverage technology and to use it to their benefit rather than to completely take it away from them. But then again, that's just my opinion. But the author here talks about technology and specifically social media. Icard highlights the importance of discussing digital responsibility, privacy and online behaviour by helping kids understand the impact of social media on their lives. Parents can help equip them with the tools to navigate technology safely and responsibly. Another interesting point is that while kids now under the age of 16 or over the next couple of years won't be able to access social media, they will have full access to sites that have pornography and all of these other dark sites on the internet. So it's going to be a challenge to work out how they're going to make it happen. I know for a fact that teenagers are resourceful and they will find ways of circumventing the laws and gaining access to social media, but we'll see how it goes. And here we have a little lizard on the rock. There he goes, he's over there now. It's only a little baby, little tiny one. There he goes, he's down in the water now. And the last point to come from this author is where the author talks about the importance of normalising discussions and conversations about feelings and mental health. These are serious topics and challenging topics for most families that go through the years where children are growing up and trying to find and understand their place in the world. And mental health, of course, is a critical topic that often goes unaddressed. It's one of those, or it has always been one of those taboo subjects and taboo topics. And Icard, rightfully and responsibly, encourages open conversations for families to have open conversations about emotions, anxiety, stress, and all these other things, so that they can help children recognise that it's okay, that it's very, very okay to feel a range of emotions and to seek help if necessary. So there you go, a wonderful and very interesting book by Michelle Icard, which talks about the 14 talks by age 14. We didn't talk about 14 talks, but we just picked some of the key ones to at least help get parents off to a start. And as my friend at IBM said, all you need to do is to be a couple of years ahead of your kids and to be interested and involved and wanting to help them grow and develop. Bye for now.